One of the things the Align It Deluxe does very well is allows you to check the positioning of your jointer knives. Now, to set the knives, I use a tool called the Magna Set. It's a really nice magnetic device. It's extremely simple. And you can't see it on camera, but I've actually got a scribe line marked right on the center of my fence here, which is at a point called top dead center. And this is the place where the knife is at its highest point during rotation. I also have another line scribed on my outfeed table. And the Magna Set actually has indicating points. And what you do is you align the mark on the Magna Set with the scribe line on your jointer. And you want to do that in a position where when your knives are at top dead center, the other line on the Magna Set is directly above it. Now at this point, once you've got that set, what you do is you loosen the bolts that hold the knives in place. And the Magna Set, if you don't have springs in your jointer, will actually push the knives up and you lock the knives down. Okay? What we would use the Align It for in this configuration is to check to see if any of the knives shifted during the tightening process. To do this, you want to rotate. You be very careful because those knives are sharp. And you want to position that knife at top dead center with the mark on the fence. And you bring the Align It out, 0 on the outfeed table. Now, if we bring this out and put the Align It where the flat spot, the tip I'm using is the small flat tip in the kit. It's got about a 5/16 flat on it. And what we can actually do is to rotate, okay, went a little too far on that one. Okay, we can rotate those knives and check to see our relationship with the knives in the outfeed table. Once you do one knife, you want to swing around, you want to do all the knives. This particular jointer has 3. Okay. So we just check to make sure we've got a good alignment. Okay. And if you see a knife's high, just loosen the bolts up a little, tap it down. This is the way you use the Align It to check knives on a jointer. Now, one of the things that's extremely critical about using a jointer to get good straight surfaces and edges is to make sure that your outfeed table and your knives are properly set. And I'd like to take a minute or two and show you how you do that. If the outfeed table on the jointer is too high, when you go to feed the wood in, what's going to happen is you're going to hit on the front lip on the outfeed table. It'll elevate the board, and the outside edge, or the edge you're joining, is going to be convex. In other words, it's going to be rounded on that edge. What we've done in this situation is I've got my outfeed table, 10 or 15 thousandths of an inch too low. And what I want you to notice is we run this board through, that this edge, once we make it to that table, is not going to be sitting on the table. And what's going to happen at the end is called snipe. In other words, you'll see the entire board on this side drop down as we do our adjustment. Now you can see where we're off the outfeed table. Now that demonstration is a little extreme, right? In other words, we've got that table a lot lower, and you probably even intentionally set it. But you notice right here on that back edge how it dropped. Anytime you're getting that cutout, once you drop off the infeed table, that tells you your table's too low. I like to adjust my outfeed table is to start a cut, and once I get an inch or two of material over here on the outfeed table, I'm actually going to shut the machine off and actually bring the table up to where it meets with the edge we just jointed. Now that we've made that cut, what I'm going to do is actually elevate the outfeed table. And I want about 1/1000th of an inch or so. I don't want to be able to see any gap in there. And I lock that outfeed table down. Now once we've got the table where we think it's supposed to be, we're going to run a board through it. you notice we have absolutely no snipe on the back end of that cut. Now to make sure that we're set exactly where we need to be, what I'm going to do is I'm going to take 2 pieces of red oak and we're going to join them and see how the joints work. When you've used these techniques to set your jointer knives, what you're going to find is you got perfectly straight edges and surfaces. You don't need to worry about excessive clamp force to hold pieces together. Now, if you didn't know better, would you think that wasn't one piece of wood?